Hello, 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 hello. Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. Hello. Ouch. Wait. Trying again. Let me try again. My face was not working. Hello, Javi. Yeah, my face was stuck. Happy Easter, everyone. Okay, now it should be fine. Yes, now is fine. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Easter, happy holidays. If you have at least a long weekend, I guess most people in Europe at least are having a long weekend, but I know also in the US there are people that are staying home Monday, having holidays on Monday. So that's very good. So, yup. Today I want to work on something a bit different. Let me just see if I did what I had to do. 1 second. Yeah, because I arrived a bit short of time today. I had to do some other stuff, which by the way was interesting stuff, was with animations for artificial intelligence animations. So it was kind of interesting, not related to Plane Shift, but still there are a lot of tools that are available now also for free to actually create animations with AI, right? So that you basically give him a basic model or a picture of a character and he's creating 3D animation for it. But yeah, so I was looking a bit at that. Maybe we will use it in Plane Shift in the future, but at the moment I don't think so. So what I want to work on today is gambling. Let me just change the music, lower the volume, and do all the nice thing I have to do. Okay, done. Hello, Hula. Image to movie. Yeah, I've seen a bit of that, and there are nice tools. Let's say the problem is that they are still a bit. Homemade, right? Not very industrialized. So you have to install a lot of different components and stuff, and some of the components are not compatible with other components. So it is a bit of a mess, I have to say. It is a bit of a mess. Look at the ground in the previous release and look at the ground now, right? Wow. Big improvements. So I want to work a bit on gambling. So, oh, wait a second. I have something that I need to close. Which is this, and this. Yeah. Okay, this is not a problem. Okay. So I think we should create a new mission, right? Let's create a new mission. So the mission will be gambling. I don't know why now is using a different font. I think Arial is a bit basic, but it's always the best and most clean font. Yeah. gambling, right? So what I want NPC to be able to play dice games. And oops, I messed up. And bet money on it, right? And bet money, right? So this is pretty much what I want. Now we have a system, right? We have a system that already allows multiplayer. The problem is that it does not allow an NPC. So the first thing we need to decide is how can you identify an NPC that can actually gamble with you, right? My idea is that instead of doing it by NPC, I would prefer to do it by area. So every time you are inside a tavern, right, all the NPCs that are inside a tavern may be interested to gamble, yes or no, right? Depend. But I think you should not be able to do it outside tavern, right? Otherwise it becomes a bit of a mess. So to identify what is a tavern, right? We actually have a location. Right? We have a location and we have a location type. In location to now, I don't know if the location type is really saying tavern or not. But I remember that we had it in random events. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Ah, this was already production. Tavern. Event area type. Event area type. Events. So here we were specifying, but I see. So we can reuse this logic. The problem is hello, Zildren. Happy Easter to you as well. So we can, the problem is that this logic is created only for random generated events, and I don't know if it's really what I would like to do. Type ID. SC locations. No, there is no description. Fuck. Yeah, so in theory we could do it this way. We could do it this way. So this is already... I mean, it's a bit of a duplication, but... but I think it's fine. Okay. So what we could do, right? We could use, the idea is that we could use... we could use these two tables to actually identify the taverns, which it is a bit of a duplicate, right, compared to... I don't know why we are writing so big, by the way. Is a bit of a duplicate compared to the random generated event locations, but I would say that it's probably fine. I don't know if I'm fully fine with that, but because in random generated event, right, we have the same structure. The difference that here we have the event probability. But the information is pretty much the same, right? So I have a location and I have a radius. I don't have the sector, but I think I can pretty much ignore the sector. While here in SC locations, I have also a name. I also have an angle and I have some flags. I mean, flags can be actually useful, but Yeah, flags can actually be useful, maybe. So this one seems to be more complete, right? Hello, Renchi1. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hi. So this is the idea. So we can add some sample data. I think the answer is yes. We can. We can add some sample data, right? So like 17 will be, or we can go 20 just because. 20 we can call it tavern, right? 20 we can call it tavern. And inside SC locations, we can add a new value, right? Which is, for example, I don't know, 70. And this one will be 20, and this one will be -1, and this one will be Hydla Tavern, right? And now I need the coordinates and a radius. Well, I think if we have coordinates, radius, and sector, angle we don't care, flex we don't care. Radius, I guess we care. Oh my. Okay. So the position can actually be this, and then I can have a radius, right? Now the sector is different, but it's good that it's different, so that we limit inside the sector. I think it's always a good idea. So this is the position, right? And the position is this, right? Didn't really work. I think we can do radius 5 or 10. What is a good radius here? Probably 10. Probably 10. Angle we don't care. Flags at the moment we don't care. And sector I think we care because we want anyway the sector to be correct. So the sector will be the tavern. So 52 in this case, right? 52. Okay, so now we have this thing. So we basically defined a specific location to be a tavern location, right? To be a tavern location. So if in my code I go and search all the locations, I can go by type because we have seen the location type is also including right? An array of all the locations of that type, right? So I could actually search by location type. Now, I don't know if we have, probably on Spawn Manager, right? We have, oh, we have a location manager. No, wait a second. A manager that manages all locations. Why this guy is okay? Fine. This guy is in a weird file, right? But okay. Yeah, so we can use location manager actually. So the location so what we will have to do, we will have to decide what is the trigger that allows an NPC to gamble. Or what is the criteria, right? What is the criteria for gambling, right? What is the criteria for gambling? What is the criteria for gambling? So it's just the fact that that NPC is in a tavern? Or do we want to have any other kind of criteria? So like, for example, if the NPC likes the player, right? So if this is, for example, the same faction, I think what we can do, we can have like a percentage of, you know, we can have a percentage, a random percentage of acceptance for the NPC. So that maybe they don't all want to gamble, but they may randomly gamble, right? And I don't know if that percentage is something that we can put in our additional flags, or it's just randomly determined based on what is the last time that they actually gamble, right? Then if we need to have like a, or if they should always be available to gamble. Actually, maybe based on the money that they have. That would be interesting, right? To have because our NPC actually are loaded like players, so they have an inventory and they have money. Now for NPC, usually we say that they have infinite money, but can you mix your gambler NPC and the random event generator? I think that may become too little, right? So if you have to wait that a gambler actually shows up, I don't know, maybe yes, but it seems to be that then you will not really be able to do it often, right? So I would like pretty much every NPC that is in the tavern to be able to gamble with you. That will make it easier, right? But yes, we could also have a specific event just for gambling, but that maybe will happen, you know, rarely. And so it would be, I think that if you want to gamble, you should, there may be a percentage, right? Percentage of chance that the NPC is actually willing to gamble. We'll give you a beer on the same time. Yeah, true. No, I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. So yeah, it's a valid point. I mean, we could. I'm not saying no. I'm just thinking about it, right? So we could generate a random gambler NPC. The problem is that well, we can generate them maybe with a dice board in their hand, right? So that is more evident that this guy is a gambler. I think it's not a bad idea to link it to the random generation event. The problem is that if we do it, then I will not have to use this. I will have to use this. I'm thinking very deeply. You know what is the problem? The problem is that if we do it with the generated event, we will have to do it not based on player availability, but yes, I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's a better idea. Yes, approved. So we will not do it with this. We will not do it with this. We will do it with the random events. Okay, you convince me. Also because we already have the location type, right? Which is a good benefit. We already have the location type. Now, no. Yes, this is the same location. There is no angle though. But I think we can rotate the NPC. Okay. I mean, we may decide if okay. So in that case, the criteria for gambling is very simple, right? Because it's just, I mean, this guy is been summoned already, so there is no criteria. So the criteria is automatically fulfilled. So the NPC is just a gambler, right? So we will need to have the dice game board in his hand, and we will have to have one specific quote line, one specific line, right, that he responds to. That starts the mini game. Now, I think the NPC can also have a basic KA. Right? So we can add specific knowledge area to the NPC to explain actually how the game works, right? Yes. So there is one piece, right? The piece is how to spawn in an NPC, which actually is a gambler and can play. Now the second part of it is more on the UI side, right? At the moment, the UI doesn't have do I have do I have a dice board already? Seems the answer is no. I have a million containers, but not one. Okay. So this is the dice board, right? I don't know why the material is so reflective, but anyway. Material is super reflective. Okay, fine. Yeah, so the second part of this is that, oops. The second part of this is that I already have the ability to connect two players to a mini game, right? I can. But I don't have the ability to connect an NPC and actually to bet money on it, right? So the second part will be to add betting to the minigame and then to allow the NPC to actually connect to the minigame, right? And that is probably the hardest part. You can summon more than one at the same time. No, I think one is okay, and the NPC can play multiple tables. I think it's fine. Probably? I don't know. I don't know if there is a way to lock if he's already gambling with someone else. No, I think the NPC will come with his own. The NPC will come with his own board. The dice mini game is soft on himself if you play the pair. What do you mean? Now, adding bet into the mini game may not be is not that trivial, right? Also, I don't know why my name is not shown, but it's very easy. I mean, I'm always on the left, right? I'm always on the left. So the only problem is the NPC really connecting to the minigame, or is it fake, right? Because the minigame works in a way. Because this is really opening a session between two clients, right? At the moment, it is opening a session between the two clients, right? And I don't think I want to do that with an NPC. So I think it will be overkill to create a simulation of a player with a client just for the NPC. So I think that we should have the NPC mode as something different. Now, so we have an add player, right? We have an add player. Yeah, the problem is that the wall code at the moment works with the assumption that you have the game board targeted and not the NPC targeted. It's not a player. If it's not a player item, mine may be being for the drop event. Yeah, I mean you can use your game board to play with other people, but the NPC will be different. The NPC will already have the game board, so anyone can do it. If you start playing dice, a special monitor appears and you can play it as implemented of a game found in a real marketplace. What do you mean, Ula? We already have the minigame. I mean, we already have the minigame fully functional. What do you mean? Why we need another game? We have it. It is working. We have all the different type of dice, and we have all different type of dice: D20, D12, D10, D8, D6, D4. You can mix them as you want, right? So we don't need anything else, right? We have the dice game already. The point is allowing an NPC, I mean allowing this UI when an NPC connects, right? And understanding how... Holy shit. The server crashed. Server crashed? Wow. Yep, server crashed. So probably the mini game is causing the crash. Yep. The mini game caused the crash. Mini game manager 6661. We crashed on this. I don't know exactly why. I don't know why why we crashed here, but probably mini player is actually invalid. I guess. Very strange that the... So it looked like there was a dice getting dropped after I disconnected from the minigame. So in theory this should never be null, but for some reason it was. Right. Do we have a log minigames or no? We don't have a log minigame? Yeah, we have a log minigame actually. So, but we don't use it enough. You see, we have log minigame. Why we never use log minigame? I mean, we cannot use it, but... Why all this do not have a log minigame? Why? They should all be log minigame. Anyway. So yeah, this hopefully will prevent the crash. Hopefully. But the problem is, I think I need another mode, right? I need another mode. So I don't even know if I can start a mini game. Handle start game, right? How do we know? Yeah, I need to understand if I want to change, because this is the function, this is the entry function, right? So it's the function that actually starts the minigame. So I need to decide if I want to reuse the same function, but then we will have here to do some weird stuff like, or if we really want to have a handle NPC minigame start, right? That is completely different and is skipping the checks, like here is checking, right? Probably yes. I think we need a handle NPC start stop, and that will arrive from a completely different path, right? And I don't know if you want to speak with the NPC to start the minigame. Yeah, I think we want to speak with the NPC. Yes, I think it will be a specific trigger, right? So I need a new trigger, right? So I need a new dialogue, I need a new trigger, so I need to add a new script, right? A new script trigger, because at the moment well, in theory we could run a script. Because we have the ability to run a script from our dialogue system, right? And the script can be now, the only problem is, do we know the NPC or not? Yeah, I need to think how to do this, guys. It is a completely new thing, and so I need to understand how to do it. Don't remember if it's run script or whatever is the... Yeah, run script. So I'm thinking if this is the way, so that we call run script, and then the name of the script, and then inside the script we have so it will be the script will be like start gambling, and then inside the script we have a new operation. Yeah, I think that would be the easiest. The parameters, I don't think we need any parameters apart from the, well, maybe the minigame type. Maybe the minigame type, because in the future there may be more than one minigame, right? So I think we can use run script, assuming that this works also with the standard responses, but I think it does. I think it does. Okay, let's start from here. I think the beginning is the important. We can start from the beginning, right? We can start from the initiation of the minigame. Because anyway, that's something that we have to do. Right? So I think we will try to use so we will have a script called like start dice minigame, and this needs to have a new op, right? A new operation, which will be dice minigame operation. That starts the minigame. So what I have to do So what I have to do, the first thing I need to validate. Okay, let's create a new NPC, right? Let's create a new NPC that is appearing in the tavern when I'm there, right? So to do that, we need a new random generated event. We already have the location, right? Now the problem is if the NPC is currently playing, and the NPC needs to be destroyed, right? That is a problem. Let me just verify that this is actually functional because we will try to just execute this line and see if it works, right? Sword between 10 and 20. And time should be... And time should be 12. It is running every minute. You know what song I wanted to add? I wanted to add Tekken. Tekken I played, because I like to add music of games that I actually played. Let me try to play the Tekken 8 soundtrack a bit and see if it gets flagged as copyright strike or not. And also if it's too annoying as a background. Like for example, this one is kind of annoying. This one is very annoying. Like this one I would not put it as a background, for example. It's too annoying. This one is the main menu. This one is the main menu of Tekken 8. I think it could be fine if it doesn't become too annoying. It is a bit annoying as well. I think it's too annoying. Because it's too strong, right? The drums are too... Here is a bit better, but overall I think it's a bit too annoying. So what we need to have, sword between what? Between 10 and no, it's too annoying. It's impossible to listen to this shit. It's impossible. I think it works well in a Tekken environment, but as a background of a stream it's super annoying. Sword between 10 and 20. Okay, now we have 12 sword. Now we would like to go time set to 12. And now we can wait 60 seconds to see if the NPC actually appears or not. No, this music is impossible. I guess there are no relaxing songs in this. Yeah, also this song is impossible. It should be enabled, so in theory it should appear. Oops! Okay, it appeared. I don't know what is this, but fine. Okay, I did some tests. It's a giant Dermorian. But yes, it actually works. It's also generating this thing, I don't know why. I think I was just testing, right? So is greeting and oh my god, the background is insane. No way. Nah, these songs are impossible. No way. Maybe this one is a bit better. Nah. They are too fast and too annoying. What happened? Oh, it generated another one. So just going through all the songs. It's too noisy. Nah, no way. Nah, okay. We cannot have any Tekken music, it's too annoying. So I will not put it in. Pity though. Okay, so this thing actually generates NPC, right? So this thing is actually working as expected. So every minute it generates a new NPC, right, and such. So that works. Okay, so now we need to create a new event. Right, we will create a new event. There will be number 3, will still be tavern. The hour start will be 11, hour end will be 11, so we have a way to control it, right? The probability is 100%. The events are every minute. And the player proximity is 10 meters. Minimum players is 1, maximum is -1, we don't have a max. We have no flags, there are no prerequisites. And now the script, right? So the script will have to be something like yes, any race invulnerable. Loot, we don't care. Location is between 1 meter of the original place. Okay, it's fine. The inventory will be the dice board, right, in the right hand. And nothing else. I think it would be nice to randomize the armor, but for now I think it's fine. Skills we don't care, stats we don't care. KA, we will add a KA for gambling, right? Or for the dice minigame and gambling in general. I think we can create 2. For now, I think it can stay empty, but we will add it in the future. And then we will have a specific KA. Yeah, exactly. And now here, I don't know if we can have the run script. That I have no idea. And also, I don't know if I can have... Ah, fuck. That's annoying. Yeah, because these triggers are free text triggers, are not predefined triggers. That's very bad. This is very, 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 very bad. Very, 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 very bad. We need a new system for that. Oh my god. Yeah, because I can do this, right? And there is a gamble, trigger. Now, I don't even know, right, if the gamble trigger can actually run a script. I have zero idea if that could work. We can try and see what happens, but I think it will probably not work. So I think we have at least 2 problems. That the or I create a specific Okay, let me try what happens with the standard run, okay? But I think it needs to be a new line. So I think if I do run script, right? The first problem I have is that run script requires quotes, right? And here we are already in quotes. So what the hell we do? So we already have a problem, actually. No, it doesn't require quotes. Well, that's very nice. So if I have a script that is called okay, let me try this, right? Let me try this brutally and see what happens. Let me try this brutally and see what happens. I think that this syntax may fuck up the XML. So this should probably become less than, right? I mean, no, I didn't understand. I want to convert the HTML characters, right? Exactly that. Exactly that. I think it needs to be like this, unfortunately, to work as expected. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we don't need any behavior. It can be as simple as this. Let me try like this. Okay. Now let's see if this is getting loaded, because okay. I think we need to create a new system that allows our generated events NPC to actually show custom predefined choices in the dialogue. Because at the moment we can only use free text, and that's not enough, I think. We can do it. It's not easy, but we can do it. So we could have another set of predefined I mean, it's similar how the obviously it needs to mimic how the quest works, but I don't know exactly how to do it yet. But I think that would be the easiest, because the fact that you have to type gamble, that is not super easy. But I mean, for now it could be okay, but definitely I would like to have a menu, right? Which may be very useful for other stuff. So I think that if we expand the system, it may be useful also for other stuff. So I'm just testing the example. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of time to to compile, upload, load everything, but that's yeah. Sleeping. Come on, you can do it. I think it's the first time that it's very, very slow, then becomes a bit better. Okay, so here we are. Select from random event. So what I want to see the actually the third one, right? So the oh fuck. Okay. I think it loaded it anyway. But I wanted to see if it loaded properly the XML piece. Oh my, it is so slow. Please do something. Move. Gotta stop it now. I understand that my machine is running a bunch of stuff, so I understand that. But I think we can close this for now. So we have 3 events, right? And we want to check the loading of the third one. In particular, the loading of the script. Okay. So there is the first, so we are not interested in this one. There is the second, and there is the third, right? So here we want to go inside this load function. Right? And inside this load function, just to be sure that is our guy, yes, 11, right? So we want to see how the script gets loaded. Exactly the script. So I want to see if it's capable of loading yeah, here. Exactly here. It starts from the time. Ah, because I need at least to create the NPC. Wait a second. Ah, fuck. Okay. Yeah, no, the NPC I have to create it. No? Time. Ah, yes, the time 0. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. We have time 0. Yeah, exactly. We have time 0. So that's good. Yeah, it's fine. We have a time 0, which is the first node. So we are doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. Okay, all this is fine. Now I want to understand if this is working. If time operation get tag equal to spawn NPC. Yeah, because I think that the first line, right, of our script is actually spawn NPC. Exactly. So we want to see inside this load XML what happens, right? And in particular, I think we can skip everything and we can go directly to the specific KA. Yeah, here. Exactly there. Okay, so here we want to see how he's interpreting the XML. Let me see how he's reading response 1. Yeah, actually it does it properly. Oh, nice. Okay, he reads, at least this one he reads properly, right? So we are able to pass a parameter and we are able to, okay, well, that's very nice. Now, do you think it will really interpret it properly or not? But I think yes. I think the answer at this point, if that XML is correct, I think he will do it. Yeah. Now, this is not really interpreting the... It is not really doing the interpretation yet, right? Because I think that is done later on. It is only the definition of the NPC. But I think it will work, right? I think it will, because the way it's being loaded in, it seems to be correct. So, okay, so let's try with a client. Para pa pa para pa pa param pa pa param. Okay. Now the time needs to be 11. The time needs to be 11 and he executed both. There should be this guy. If I say gamble. Yep, he's doing it. He's doing it. So, okay. So did I got a bonus in Octarchy or not? It's not visible though, why? Your standing respected. This actually fucked up a bit, huh? Why did it fucked up? You're standing. We have a problem there. We definitely have a problem. Octarchy is 27. We are at minus 100. Okay. We are scheduling the next event, right? We were testing also the scale, so the scale of this guy is very weird. I don't know what is the scale, but we have yeah, this variable scale. I don't know why two guys are spawning at the same time, actually. Because in theory we said 11, right? I'm still at minus 100. I'm still at minus 100. So he probably didn't. Didn't run the script. Oh fuck. We cannot run a script then? There are a few problems here. I don't understand why. I think probably because if they are at the same time, it means the whole day. Probably. But this is not working. There is no working. There is no working, boys. There is a straight script answer. Yeah. There is a straight script answer. So actually the guy will say that in the chat. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so this system is not working because the NPC answer is interpreted just as text. It's not interpreted as a script. I think the reason is that there is no pre-parsing of I think there is no pre-parsing. At the moment we are lacking the technology to do that. The moment we are lacking the technology. We are lacking the technology to run a script inside a generated random event NPC. We don't have that capability. I can add it, but yeah, I was hoping that that was already parsed as a script, but no, it looks like it's parsed just as pure text. So or we create something special, which is like a quest line. Which is strange though, because if you put in a standard response, right? No, I think you cannot. I think the responses are never interpreted as script. The way to interpret them as scripts is if they are or part of a quest, or they are inside the short, very long, very short proximity triggers. I think that's the way. Yeah, there is a script part of the response. There is a script part of the response. There is a script part of the response. So basically the same way we do that script, we should do it, but the problem is that it is all different. It is a different... I think this is the place, but I'm not 100% convinced, but anyway. So it is analyzing the response, but this tag, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the problem is that this code that is actually interpreting a script runs only for quest. I mean, I am a bit surprised that we don't have it for normal, but yeah, I think for sure not responses. They may be scripted KA, right? Scripted KA may actually have that. But scripted KA oh my god. Okay. We don't have any. We don't have any KA for in the dummy database. Because that could be a solution actually. Okay, I think we can do it like this. The only okay. I have an idea. I think it's a good idea. It's not super easy to implement, but I think we can use this. Now, the only problem is that okay, let me try. Let me try. One 1189. So these are randomly inside. Hello, who joined? Hello, Ian Copper 228. Thank you for the follow and welcome. Hello, hello. Yeah, they are randomly inside of this. Okay. Okay, nice. I mean, it's okay. So, so what we are saying, right? If I go at 230, quest ID minus one, And then I add a P, which is gamble, and I add a gamble KA answer that is yes, you can gamble with me. And then here I have a run script, right, like we did before. We have a run script. Like this. So we'll have to remove this, but it's fine. What version of Unreal we are using? We're using 5.4.3. Yeah. So I have to add it here. Para 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 para. Pa 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 para pa pam. Pa pa para pa pa para pam. Okay, so now we have to see if this works. Right? Now we have a gamble KA, so we need to add this. I hope that this works really. We need to add this gamble KA to You just started Unreal yesterday? Nice. What do you want to build? I started Unreal a long time ago. Okay, so now what we are saying that in our script, so in our random events, right? In this script, yes. This guy will have. Yeah, it's a bit annoying to type inside of this. I cannot type. Okay, I can type like this. So there we need to have a gamble KA. Now, yeah, similar to this, right? And specific KA, we will remove it for now. So we want to see if now our NPC is... Yes. Also, let me try to change this timing, because this timing is annoying. We have two NPCs showing up, and I think it's not a great idea. I think probably 12:12 means the whole day. So I will go like this, like from 12 to 13, from 11 to 12. Okay, I don't think I need this in debug mode. I think I need it just normal. You want to build an FPS game? Nice. If you want to build an FPS game, you should look at... sorry, yawning. You should look at the Lyra example, right? The Lyra example is basically a fully pre-made example that is an FPS, and you can just modify it slightly, right? So you should go in the launcher. I don't know if you did it already, but you should go in the launcher, click Unreal Engine, and go under samples, And then under samples, you should search Lyra. Here. Lyra starter game, right? And Lyra starter game is a full project of an FPS, including already, you know, multiplayer and ability to swap weapons and a lobby and whatever else. So you basically have everything already done. You will only have to modify it. And I think this will be the best way for you to start understanding a bit about the game, a bit about the engine. You see, this is what you will get. This is what you will get. So they already shoot. They have particles. They can actually swap weapons. There is already quite a bit. Now, this is not super updated. I mean, I think it's been updated like a year ago, but I think it's still a very valid example. I would say that that example is a bit heavy, right, overall, but I think it's good. I think it is good. Okay, so we wait our NPC to show up, and hopefully now only one NPC will show. Hopefully. Fuck. Why the time is not respected? But anyway. It looks like the time is not really respected. But anyway, if now we type gamble to this guy, he says, yes, you can gamble with me. Okay, that's very good. And now, did I get my faction a bit better than what it was? Why is saying you're standing respected? It's so weird. In theory, it should have went up from -100, yes, to -75. Okay, so there is a way, actually. There is a way that we can do it, because he's already accepting commands, right? The only thing that I don't understand is why the hour requirement is not respected, right? That is very strange. Let me wait a second and see if again the two NPC are showing up, right? But that's kind of weird. What is this? Oh. It appeared below ground. Why appear below ground? Yeah, but both are appearing. I believe there are two locations defined. Why both of them are appearing? There is a bug, eh? There is a bug in the time requirement. There is a bug in the time requirement. Maybe I never checked it closely, and our start, our end, right? Get random time. Get random time. Our start, our end -1. Yeah, this seems to be okay actually, right? This seems to be okay, but why is not working? Is finding a target time. Maybe it's just because I started with I don't know. Anyway, there is a problem here, but I don't know. I don't know what is it, but there is definitely a problem here. I think the problem may be this. I don't understand exactly what are we doing here. The limits are winning. The limits are winning over the hour end, or the problem may not have a solution. The limit? What do you mean by limit? If it's less than the next event, multiply by 60. I don't understand this. I don't know why I did it. There's probably a reason, but I don't understand. Anyway, I don't want to fix it now. I don't want to fix it now, but it seems to be a problem. But anyway, the NPC are showing, right? I don't know if the problem is only that the time it goes so fast that, yeah, you arrive at 12 fairly quickly, right? So in theory, every minute, you should have the NPC showing up, right? Pretty much. Okay, installing it now, and what do I do? How do I put in my project? Because what I want to do. My computer cannot handle Unreal Engine. Depends what computer you have, but you really need a good computer for Unreal Engine. You really need a good computer. If you don't even start, right? Because it will take you hours to do simple things. So you need a good PC, a very good PC. If you don't have a very good PC, don't even try. You will just waste too much time. I mean, you can learn it, but it will be. I mean, on my PC, which is a good PC, I'm already waiting like 1 minute sometimes, right? I'm already waiting like 1 minute, 2 minutes to have the engine start. So every time, every iteration, I spend like 1 minute waiting. So you have a laptop. Laptop maybe a problem, but depends on the quality. But mainly for development, right? You need a good machine. I'm a bit annoyed about this, that is not working properly, right? It's kind of annoying. I'm a bit annoyed that the... Maybe I want to fix it, I don't know. The requirements by time are not working as expected, right? Let me try if I put this to 11 in the database so that we start at 11, right? We start at 11. So there is no excuse that we are already at 12 and so it can generate both, right? But definitely there is a bug in the code there. Because it's generating both events, and by the way, it's generating them at the same time, which is even more weird, right? They should be randomized. It should be randomized between the start and end. Which is very strange. They still run okay. If you said that it cannot handle it. So does it run okay or it cannot handle it? It's one or the other. It runs okay? Well, good, then fine. It may take time at the beginning to load and then it may run, right? So don't be scared if you see your PC working a lot at the beginning when you just start the engine, because at the beginning, like shaders, and there is a time where at the beginning where it's really loading stuff and takes a lot of time to load stuff, but then when it cached everything, it runs. %99% sure is my Wi-Fi. I don't know. Yeah, you see that both spawn at the same time. This guy and this guy spawn at the same time. One spawned above, one spawned below, but apart from that, right? So it makes no sense that they spawn at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to debug that because I think there is something weird in this randomization, right? This randomization doesn't basically work, right? It's strange because what it's doing here is just huh? I see. It's just randomizing the hour, randomizing the minute. So it should be like 11 and 5, 11 and whatever, right? And 10. And then it is getting the current time, current minute. Is checking if the target hour is greater or equal than the current hour. Is greater or equal. To understand if it's the current day or if it's the next day. Yeah, I understand. So if it's the current day, so yeah, so this will be the current day, right? So we so then we do the target hour minus the current hour, and in this case this will be 0 because it's the current time. Yeah, so all this will go to 0 for 11, while all this will go to 1 for 12. And then it will add the gain minutes in seconds. Target minute, current minute, and we'll add all of this in. Yeah, exactly. I think it looks good actually. Why it fails? Now maybe this is failing. Maybe this is failing. What is this next event minute? Next event minimum pause before starting the next event in real life minutes. Minimum pause before starting the next event. In real life minutes. This is actually not set. Be set at the beginning. Next event minimum. Ah, there is also a minimum thingy. Ah, wait. So maybe it works. It's just that the data is wrong. Next event minimum. Next event maximum. Ah, because we have this stupid thing. Yeah, it is a limit. It is a forced limit. Minimum pause before starting the next event. Yeah. So here we are forcing. This is like a force, right? Saying whatever is the time, you have to force it. Ah, okay. So this is why they both spawn at the same time. Okay. Okay, I understand that. I understand it now. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. This is why they start at the same time. Okay, good. So if I set, for example, a minimum event for this one, right, to 60 minutes, then this will basically not spawn, right? Or if I set it to, I don't know, 5 minutes. 5 minutes is already enough, right? If I set it to 5 minutes. So, okay, so this thing actually works. Okay, if it works, and if my KA properly works, right, for the gambling, which is very nice. Now, what I want, so we have two things. One would be to transform yeah. I mean, if we want to do it very simple, we can just add the basic answers to the gambler. Yeah, exactly. I think that would be the best, guys. I think we can do this. Look, we can do this. We can add some basic, right? We can add some. Bro, we can. Look, it's doing the second line instead of the first line. Fine. We can do something like this, right? We can go. We can go like this. And then we can go with a yes. And with a no. And then we can split it like a quest, right? Yeah, I think all of this works like a quest. The only point is, do you think I can also use menu here? Wow, if I could use menu here, we are done. Wait a second. I don't know if we ever tried. I don't know if we ever tried, but if it could work, that would be fantastic. Because let me try one thing. I mean, if this works, guys, is fantastic. Is absolutely fantastic. Because it means that we can transform any script KA into an explicit button or menu item when speaking with NPC. That would be insane. I think it is the way we should do it, by the way. This will solve all my problems. Well, not all my problems, but a number of problems. Because we will already have it as a... So I don't even have to speak with the guy, right? I just have a button on... That would be very nice. That would be very, very, very nice. Okay, let's see. Now only one NPC should appear because I forced the other guy to 5 minutes. Well, when I 5 minutes, well, it will appear just next, but like one, yeah, you see one guy appeared on. Okay, nice. Fuck, no, it didn't work. So it doesn't have the... and it's not even... It didn't parse it. Yes, you can gamble with me. Wait. What? A high didn't work actually. Why high didn't work? Gamble worked, but high didn't. But this menu is actually not working as expected in this case. PT. Fuck. Come on. He cannot, fuck. He cannot associate it because it's not associated to a quest. That's so annoying. No, we need to make this work somehow. We need to make this work somehow because it's too good. If it works, it's too good, right? I don't understand why. I mean, probably because when we are searching for menu items, Let me understand. Because this part of the code, right? This part of the code should actually be executed in both cases. Parse quest script. Parse custom script. Parse quest script, parse custom script. Parse custom script is never called by anyone. Interesting. This was for the players in theory. Yeah, but I would like to understand when I'm in quest manager, right? And I get a -1 as a quest ID. What do I do? Because there must be the case, right, where I need to understand this. I need to understand this, guys. It's too important. I think it should be doable. Doesn't like hi because is the cinema's greeting, so actually we should say greetings here. But even then I think he will complain probably. But I'm not too I don't care too much about this. I care more about this. Yeah, but you see, he's exactly parsing it as a quest script, right? Exactly. He's parsing it exactly as that. So why doesn't work? Let me remove this 1 second. Let me just go with the menu that we want to work, right? We want this to work. So because here is trying to read the parent quest, right? But then it's not. But then it's still, it is just a printout, right? And then it's still parsing it. We don't get an error, so this means that this parse actually worked. I hope we go through this. I mean, we can debug it, right? And see what happens. But, I mean, for sure, I understand that here we have the parsing, but then I would like to understand when we actually send all the quest dialogues, right? How do we... Like this initial, exactly. These initial pop-up menus, right? Initial pop-up menus by quest ID. I think unfortunately we require the quest ID somehow to display. And it is the original sin. NPC dialog did add the menu. Dict add the menu. I think we probably fuck up in this thing. I think we probably fuck up here because we think that the pop-up menus are only valid if there is a quest, there is an associated quest ID, right? While for scripted ones, we don't have a quest ID, but still, I would like. Is this loaded? Is this when is this loaded actually? because it is an NPC dialogue. An NPC dialogue which is inside an NPC. My NPC actually does not exist yet because it's generated dynamically by the random event generator. So this NPC dialogue dict, right, is why this class doesn't have a description, by the way. It's very annoying. Why this class does not have a description? Is this the global dictionary or is the NPC dictionary? No, I think there is the global dictionary actually. I think there is the global dictionary that is containing every possible by is this using So I have the menu by quest ID, but why I have it by quest ID? Trying to understand why we decided to have it by quest ID. Because we probably search only the active quest that the NPC has. Possible, yes. Okay, here we are in the... Yes, here we are in the gamble block. Right, here we are in the menu gamble. So... yeah, it's actually parsing the script fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a last response, so is actually going into pending menu. Save it for when we know the NPC. Well, is a KA, but fine. Yeah, gamble KA. So here we will get the... I don't understand this. But here it seems to be working okay. The parsing seems to be working okay now. Yes. Yes. And he's also adding the menu, right, to the global dictionary. So it's actually adding the menu to the global dictionary. So this is good because we will actually have a trigger. Now it will not be easy to search into this mess, but we will actually have a trigger which is associated with a menu, right? Yes, and this is our gamble thingy, and there is our menu text, right? And there is our trigger ID. Just the quest is null, but it's fine. So I think that the loading is anyway working fine. The problem is when the NPC is getting created, and I'm speaking with him, and I get the initial set of answers from him, right? So when I do the interact, so the loading seems to be fine. Here it is. This one, receive dialog menu message. Receive dialog menu message. Well, no, before that, because that is already the answer, right? But we want. I think it's this shit. Doesn't give me any. Show pop-up menu. Sense a perception is someone is speaking with him. Fine. Yeah, you see that it goes only by quest. It's going by assigned quest only, right? It's going by assigned quest only. Which is risky. I mean, limiting. Yeah, exactly. So I think that we can extend it here. I think we can extend it here, boys. I mean, it's kind of a core change because this will affect potentially all the scripts, but I think it's a good change, right? So we should check if. This guy. One guy contacted me, but seems to be a real one, not a bot or a scammer. Looks like this guy's not a scammer. Well, maybe, but at least seems to be a real person. Okay, so we can check if there are any menu defined in generic KA, right? In generic KA. Now, I don't know if in the future we want to split those separately. Probably yes, but the problem is how to do this, right? Because we have basically this find, right? This find menu. That is a bit strange, though. I mean, is this is not a loop, right? Because probably this one is containing all the answers. Not part of a quest. So are we already managing if this is not part of a quest? Because you see that it's saying triggers count quest, right? Show menu. I'm a bit confused about this add, right? Because why is saying menu add? Okay. Okay, it's a function that we built that is actually adding the triggers to the NPC dialog menu array of triggers. Okay, fantastic. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that here, right, this will not happen for our because the only thing that this guy is doing is checking all the active quests. He's not checking if there are any menu defined generic keys associated to this NPC, right? Now the problem is how to do this though, because I need and also a bit of the annoying part, right? A bit of the annoying part is that this is done in theory every time. This is done every time you interact with the NPC. And this is correct because the quests that you may have active at that time are obviously different. But for the generic KA, right, those are fixed, right? So those do not change. So, I mean, unless there is a weird prerequisite, which could be, but in theory they are always valid, right? So what I'm saying is that probably we should calculate them up front together with the NPC, and then just add them to the menu here if available. How do we do this? How do we do this? So, because I don't want to, what I don't want to do, I don't want to say, check all the knowledge areas of this NPC, look inside a global dict if there is a menu, and then add the menu to the list, right? Because I don't want to do that every time we speak with the NPC, because those are fixed, right? Those are fixed and loaded up front together with the NPC. So what I'm thinking is that when we are loading the NPC, we can have an array of NPC dialog menu, right? No, an array of triggers, right, that are also menu based, right? Initial pop-up menus. Initial pop-up menus. Yeah, exactly. But you know, it will be much better to keep it, right? I mean, we can keep it here, right? We can keep it to this in this class, right? We can keep it in this class. But this is global, right? And I think that maybe better, well, maybe better to keep it on the NPC, so that when you are speaking with the NPC, you just load that. Now, it's true that if multiple NPC are using the same knowledge area, then you will basically have to reload for each something, right? And that's probably not the greatest idea in terms of memory management, but it's definitely better in terms of speed of response, right? So we have to choose between speed of response at runtime versus memory. This is what we have to choose. I mean, we are not speaking about megabytes of memory, right? Because anyway, I think that the NPC, they will share a pop-up menu will not be that many. And anyway, it could be a pointer, right, to a global, yeah, maybe we can have both. So we can have all the ones that are, so I could store here all the KA with menu by knowledge area in a multi-map, and then I can store the pointer to this from the NPC in an array, and then when I do the add menu, I will just read that variable on the NPC and that's it. Because anyway, the knowledge area of the NPC are not going to change. This seems to be a good plan. This seems to be a good plan. Now, the only problem of this thing is that we have I'm struggling. I'm struggling to understand if I need it inside this trigger tree, or if I need it inside my dialogue menu. Actually, I think the dialogue menu is then referencing a trigger. No. No. He has a string. So it's a kind of a separate thingy. It's an array of menu items. But the triggers, right, which is defined like this, do not have a pointer to the actual trigger. It's just text. She's a bit weird though. It's just text. Yes, it's just text because we send it to the client. The client is displaying it on the UI as text, and then we just go back depending on what he selects, and we search that text into our triggers. Okay. Yeah. True. So here the point is. Should I pre-store all those dialogues coming from knowledge areas when we load the NPC? My suggestion will be yes. The problem is that I don't know if it's compatible with our current logic, right? But we can check that. Because if I go in NPC load, right, in character load, I think we will have an area for knowledge areas, right? Hopefully. Exactly. Set up dialogue, right? This is irrespective of quests. This is... I don't know why it's not giving me the text. Force equal true. Yeah. Present in quest script, but not in the query table. Find knowledge area. Select the, okay. New PS and PC dialogue. Yeah, exactly. So this is already done, actually. This is already done, right? So this NPC dialogue is already holding everything that we need, with the difference that it doesn't know which one are menu based, right? It doesn't know. What is this doing? This initialize is loading the knowledge area for this NPC. This basically does nothing, actually. This just checks if the so it's basically doing nothing, because this NPC dialogue is us. Is us? No, it's not us. Wait. NPC dialogue is just, yeah, just check if the global dictionary, the global NPC dialogue is valid. This is what is a bit weird, right? That initialize is calling the load knowledge area with the NPC ID, and then there is a load knowledge area that is actually pretty much doing the same, right? Which is a bit weird, but so it is basically doing the same, right? It is basically doing the same, but this is called it is loading any additional knowledge after this play example master NPC, master ID NPC, right? But it is loading, I mean, it is not really loading the triggers, right? It is just loading the knowledge areas that are part of this NPC. So it's not really doing the real job, right? So when we say that when we say that this class exists per NPC, it holds all the dialogue triggers, responses, and script for this particular NPC. I think it is wrong in the sense that it's holding the references to the knowledge areas, yes, but it's not holding all the dialogue triggers and responses and scripts. So why we say that? Why we say that this class is holding? Why? Why we say that this class is holding all the dialogue trigger response in script deployed NPC? Is holding only the reference to the knowledge areas actually, no? You see? Because when we do find response and we get a trigger, we search inside a specific knowledge area and then we ask the that is going in the global, right? This is searching the global. Exactly. So what is written here is wrong. Because this one holds only the reference to these his or her knowledge areas, right? And so yes, inherently is also, but just as a, yeah, indirect, right? Exactly. So okay, so the question is, while we are loading this, should we keep should we keep into this NPC dialogue the specific menu items that are available only to this NPC through the knowledge areas? I think the answer is yes. So I think we can do it here, right? I think we can do it here. So we can basically store the only problem is what we need to store, right? So do we have to store do we need to store only the trigger text, or do we also need to store something more? This is what I don't fully understand. Because here, when we do add, right? When we do add, we are adding an NPC menu. And the NPC menu, as we said, is this shit, which is just having, right, pretty much the trigger. So it doesn't really have a lot of stuff, and also it doesn't know if it belongs to a knowledge area, right? So this means that it may get priority over no, but then we don't care, because it's just the construction of the, yeah, exactly. Okay, wait, I'm nearly there. I'm not there yet, but I'm nearly there. So when we do this, add menu. Exactly. And this is the weird thing, right? That is the weird thing, that here we are parsing a quest script, which actually is a knowledge area. And we are adding to the global dictionary. We are adding to the global dictionary the menu without any, and it's not even a pointer, right? Well, it is. No, it is, because pending menu. What is this freaking pending menu? Yeah, it's a pointer to an NPC dialogue menu. So actually that is valid. Okay. Okay, I see. So should I just then have in my NPC dialogue a pointer to all the NPC dialogue menus that are applicable, so that then when I could do this, right? I could have an array of those things that I search inside. Yeah, you know what is the problem? The problem is that the NPC are loaded before the quest. Ha! And so we are fucked, because the NPC are loaded first and the quests are loaded later. And so here I'm loading the quest. Are they? No, it's not true. No, it's not true. The quests are loaded first. Then how do they know which NPC? Well, they know because they know it by name. They don't point to yeah. They don't point to an APS character, but they actually point by name, which is a bit brutal, but it is what it is. Okay, so actually I'm loading the quest before the NPC. So yes, I can do this job, right? I can, in my NPC, keep a list of all the NPC dialogue menus that belongs to me. And hopefully they are not 1000, because if they are, then we are in trouble. So what we are saying is that inside PS NPC dialogue, we will add a new thing. There will be an array of dialogue NPC menu, and this will be called KA menu triggers. And these KA menu triggers will be keep track of all menu triggers present in KAs known by this NPC, right? And this thing is now the problem is, where do we initialize? I mean, where do we initialize this? Because because in the low knowledge areas, obviously. Yeah, in the low knowledge area. So whenever we go through a knowledge, we assume that those knowledge areas are already loaded. So here we will have, right, we will have to add to this guy, right? But how do we well, if I go dict, right? If I go dict and I find the menu, the only problem is that this find menu is fucked because no, it's not fucked, it's correct. So this, right, for the knowledge area, because the knowledge area is actually seen as an NPC for this function, and this one is returning an NPC dialog menu. Now the problem is that I need multiple, right? I need multiple of those, one for each of my I need yeah, I need an array of this, right? So for every area we go and we find the knowledge, yes, and this at the moment will be only one entry, right? Will be only one entry. And okay, let me try to understand if this is actually a thing, right? Well, obviously we have to do it only if this is valid, because otherwise, right? So let me see if this is actually doing something, right? I think it should in our example. And if this works, right, if this works, means that we now have all the menu scripted in KA in a separate array that we can then reference when we are speaking with the NPC, and that would be very nice. That would be very nice. We have to be careful, because obviously if we are putting those into the generic knowledge area, right, NPC, we start to get millions of entries. But I'm already thinking an expansion to the NPC. Yeah, I'm already thinking to an expansion to the NPC speech, where you have a section for more generic questions and those are showing. But I don't know, I think at the moment we can use it on gambling, but we will use it yeah, anyway. I think if this works, is a very good expansion of our system, because it's way more flexible. I just have to document it a bit. But yeah. By the way, guys, as you're still there, I don't... Okay, let's run it and see. Yes. What does yes means? Yes, what? We should reach this breakpoint, hopefully. Hopefully. Now, this was not really required, because we could force the player to say hi, and then the NPC would answer, hey, if you want to gamble with me, just type gamble or something like that, right? And that would have been enough, right? But wait, what time is it on the server actually? The NPC will load in. Sorry, what is that? Because if we are not in the right time, right, the NPC will not. Fuck, we are at 12. I knew it. We have to be at 11, otherwise. Well, no, it will probably kick in anyway, no? Because we said that the maximum is 1 minute. Yeah, exactly. No, it will kick in anyway. NPC nodes, wait a second. What are we loading here? Huh? Wait, I'm a bit lost in what we are loading here. We are loading a greetings. We are loading a greetings of a random NPC event. Didn't we remove it? Ah no, because we also have, these are the specific KA. Okay, not the generic KA. Okay, fine. I think I can remove this. I don't need it. Ah, we got it. We got it. We got it. So it actually worked. Mail and no. This is something different. Mail Enki. Mail Enki as a menu item? No, I don't believe it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Everything is a menu item? No way. What? Because this is the basic KA, which corresponds to the NPC name. And yes, these are all his quests. So we have to do it only if the knowledge area is not the current NPC, because the current NPC name, right? Yeah, because this is actually part of a quest, right? So yeah. So excluding the ones, right? Exactly. Excluding the current NPC name KA, as this is already loaded by the quest. Wait a second. Is this really true? Is this really true? That is already loaded by the quest manager? Because I could have a knowledge area somewhere. Named after him. For example, yeah, exactly. For example, this one, right? This one is a knowledge area. There is an additional knowledge area on this guy, and this is the name. So yeah, no, that is not valid. I think we should say excluding the ones that have a quest ID, as those are already loaded by the quest manager, because we don't want to do we don't want to do a double, right? Exactly. But then what do we say? Oh fuck. Because the quests are not here actually, no? No. The quests are inside the triggers, bro. Because the triggers... Oh fuck. That's a big deal actually. That's a big deal. Yeah, quest is here. Quest is only inside a single trigger. Oh wow. Quest is only inside a single trigger. So I don't know. This, right? This. That is kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. Ay. Okay, so for now we can do a hack. Okay, the hack is that we avoid the knowledge area equal to the name of the NPC, but it's not the ultimate fix, right? Because the ultimate fix will be, yeah. Okay, fine. It's not perfect, unfortunately, but it's okay. So we will exclude the current name of the NPC, right? But in theory, so there is a you fix me or whatever. You to do, right? UE to whatever. Which is in theory would be better, right? To filter only the triggers not already associated to a quest, right? because with the current solution, we cannot then add a specific KA with the name of the NPC. But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Let's not make it perfect. Let's make it workable, right? So if I exclude, right? If I say and KA man and new area, right? A new area is different than the name of my NPC, which I hope I have somewhere. Ay. Do I know what this thing is? Yes, self. Okay. Hopefully I have self. Hopefully I do. Get full name, right? Okay. Let's try like this. Let's try like this and see if this is actually meaningful. I think it will be. Hello, Fanner. I haven't disappeared in the void. I know it's just a question of time. I'm still with you. Okay, nice. I have to go to dinner though now. I have to go to dinner. No! 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 I have to go now. I have to go now. Unfortunately, I have to go now. But let's see if this is triggered at least. If this is triggered, this would be nice. I don't know if I want to stream tonight, but no, we stream tomorrow. I'm in holiday, guys. So if all goes well, I can stream during the day because tomorrow I'm in holiday. Is good Monday? No, Easter Monday. How do you call it? Good Friday, Easter Monday. Okay, let's see if it goes through this. And if it goes through this, it means that we will see the dialogue for our NPC, right? In theory. Now, if it really works, I don't know, but well, we will have to add it to the dialogue. Yeah, it's not finished. The work is not finished, but let's see if at least it goes through this. You come back after in this special day? No, tomorrow. After dinner, no. I think I will play something. I can come back, but I will play video games or something. I don't think I'm coming back, no. Tomorrow? Ah, we do it, wait. We trigger, huh? Ah. We said only if it's different. Only if it's different. I don't know, something is weird here. Maybe the full name is Mailanky something else? I don't think so. I think Mailanky is only Mailanky. But I can check that. The full name is not returning anything good. Ah, because it's uppercase. GG, bro. Yeah, we should compare it with ignore case, right? We should compare with this, with ignore case, and then it will work. Search case, search case, whatever. Ignore case, right? So that, yeah. So now it will probably work. Okay, but I'm gonna go. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know at which time tomorrow, but it could be also the morning. I don't know, the morning, the afternoon. I will see, okay? See you guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that's always a good idea. Also remember that our game is released and you can download it here. We download now on our website for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So go and play it. Bye. Oh, I messed up. See